So I fell into the same trap that everybody seems to be falling into these days, and that is the SB Dunks trap. So earlier this year, when the government started issuing the stimulus checks and I got my tax refunds and all that stuff, I had a little bit of extra money, and I had some friends who were really looking at Dunks like they wanted to get some very soon. So I said, you know what, why not? I haven't had a pair of Nike SBs in years. It's probably been since I was like 15. And so I did all my web searching, right? I pulled up Grailed, I pulled up Goat, I pulled up eBay. I ended up going with Depop actually because I found a better dunk for a better price on there than I found on the other sites. But I dug, I searched, I tried to find the colorway I liked, I tried to find a good price, I tried to find some in good or new condition, which is surprisingly difficult considering how many people are trying to resell these shoes. But all of that aside, I found some Dunks. They are the Nike SB Dunk High in the Oakland A's colorway. I paid $170 for this pair of shoes right here. And I absolutely love how they looked fresh out of the box. I've got a couple friends who have said they've skated Dunks in the past before they became what they are now, and they said that they were some of the best skate shoes they've ever had. They feel good, they skate good, they last long, and I'm here to tell you that I don't think these are the same Dunks that they used to be. I didn't get them new, but I got them fairly new. They had only been worn 2 or 3 times, never skated in, and they came in the box. I love the way the Dunks feel now on foot, once they're broken in. I've been skating them for probably about 3 weeks to a month now, and they feel better than they did new. Initially, when they were new, this portion right here squeezed my foot really tight, and I didn't like that. I've never really had issues with wide feet before, but this shoe made me kind of rethink that, at least in the beginning. Beyond that, they were very stiff to break in. These shoes felt like a plank of wood on the bottom of my foot for about a week and a half. I just got back off of a pretty hefty ankle injury, which means that I have not been able to do switch or nollie tricks for a very long time. So my right foot looks almost perfect. The right shoe, on the other hand, is pretty shredded after a month, 3 weeks to a month. So what happened there, I've never seen a shoe blow out like this before. That right there was not a seam, that was actually just a solid piece of suede, like you can see on the right shoe. But for some reason, it decided to rip right there. There's also a lot of rippage around the toe seam from where I do flip tricks. Granted, I should have known that to begin with and super glued it before I ever skated them, but here we are. This portion right there that holds these bottom 2 sets of laces in, also ripped. I have actually never seen a shoe do that before. You can kind of see it now, but I've patched it up with 3 or 4 layers of super glue. Right there, just ripped open, and there was actually not a complete eyelet there until I re-super glued it because it just ripped all the way through to the hole. The soles of these shoes are holding up pretty well. I don't see any bald soles on these shoes. The soles look fine, but they are kind of getting mushy. The shoe itself is just kind of getting soft and pliable, which if you like a broken in shoe, there's no problem with that. But it's super odd for a shoe to go from feeling so stiff to feeling so not stiff and have really no in-between stage where it feels perfect. They don't feel bad by any means. So I bought these shoes because I thought they would skate well. Every part of the shoe that will be in contact with the skateboard is either rubber or suede, which made me think
they'll be durable, they'll last a long time because I've never had a problem with suede shoes in the past.
They feel good for flip tricks, I will admit that. I really like the way they feel for tray flips especially. One more thing I completely forgot to mention about the Dunks, partially because I hadn't really tested this factor with them yet. Their impact protection is pretty terrible I suppose it's probably not that bad if you're landing on the board consistently, but as somebody who has a little bit of a commitment issue when it comes to gaps, I bruised my heel really badly when I tried to skate gaps with these shoes. I have a heel bruise bad enough right now that I can't put any weight on my heel, so not great for impact or gaps. Was it worth it? Absolutely not.